Hi folks, Slavik Boyechko here with Tuts Plus, and in this lesson we're going to take a look at some of the video effects that are common in videos, such as the retime editor that we just saw, as well as transitions and a few other effects. So first, in order to find the video effects, click on here. You'll see all the effects that are available to us with our copy of Final Cut Pro. And if you place your playhead over the clip that you want to add an effect to and select it, you can actually just skim through the various effects and see what it might look like. One common effect that I use in a lot of my projects is flipped, which actually flips the frame on the horizontal axis. And if you want to go ahead and add this to the clip, you can just double click it or drag it. Let's add another effect to this clip. Here's one. Now if we open up the inspector, we can adjust the amount of the effect. And if we want to copy and paste this effect to other clips, it's very easy. We can just Command-C this clip, select another clip, and then Shift-Command-V to paste those attributes. If we want to add transitions, here are two very common transitions that we use. The first being fade. So we're going to scroll down, click fade to color, just add it to this clip, and add it to the end of this one. Now we have a fade in and a fade out. We can also have a brief fade to a different color. Let's pick white. We'll zoom in and we'll adjust the duration of this fade. Here we go. Now we have a very brief dip to white. More like a flash. We could also adjust the duration of our beginning fades by just dragging on the beginning or ending of the effect. Okay. And the other transition that we use pretty frequently is the cross dissolve. With fades, we tend to use them at the beginning and ends of projects or sequences. With cross dissolves, we use pretty regularly with B-roll, with titles, or with any clips that we want a dissolve transition. We're just going to drag this to the middle of two clips, and here we go. Let's adjust the duration here. Okay, let's zoom out. So those are pretty common effects. Now in the last lesson we touched on retiming, but I want to show you a way that we can really use our retime editor to help with slow motion effects. Now how do we do slow motion? On our camera, I shot a few clips in 60 frames a second rather than 24 frames a second, which allows me to slow it down later in editing. Let's find those clips here. I'm going to drag this over and I'm going to right click and let's select video frame rate. Put that on top there. And here at the very bottom we have a few different clips that I shot at 60 frames a second. Let's go ahead and import one of them into the project. We'll set an in and out points and we're going to import that clip into our project. Okay, here we go. Now if I play it back, it'll look kind of funny. It'll look a little fast. So with a retime editor or Command R, we can adjust the duration of this clip to slow it down or speed it up. We're going to let Final Cut determine the actual speed that we can slow down our 60 frames a second footage to 20 frame. So we'll go here, we'll select automatic speed, and that's 40%. And this is our ideal speed of a 60 frames a second clip in 24 frames a second project. Now if we want to have a cool effect, we can blade somewhere in the middle of this clip. And let's go ahead and speed this part up. And we can have speed ramping. Let's select the end of this clip. Let's have it speed up right around here. We're going to blade, press A for the select tool, Command R for the retime editor, and let's speed that up. And you can do that with footage that you didn't record in slow motion frames. So here is a drone video, and this is actual time, it's not slow motion. And if we look at the retime editor, I've bladed in the center here, I've sped it up a little bit, and then I've slowed it down again. Let's watch that one more time, and let's change the speed of this middle part here. And the last part, let's go ahead and make it normal speed. Okay? And again, that's really simple to do. We can select any clip, drag it into our project, blade at any point. Let's go ahead and zoom out. And retime that center clip for a nice speed ramp effect. And there you have it, folks. Those are some of the most used effects in Final Cut. And in the next lesson, I'm going to briefly show you how to stabilize some of the footage that you have that's maybe a little bit shaky.